I'm Adrian, your host here at Thrashing Code, and I am going to get into another programming problem today. This one is another pretty simple one. I've got some interesting, complicated ones coming, but this is a pretty simple one too. It's just you often run into these scenarios where you have some time span and you want to put it into some human readable format. So I thought, it'd be a great programming problem is just to like put it into a human readable format and make that an algorithm / library method or whatnot. It's similar to how we did the Roman numeral thing, right? So we're going to be taking a time span, and turning it into some readable thing like blah, 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 days, years, whatever. With the Roman numerals, we took the int and turned it into a number, the Roman numeral number. With this, we're going to take, a time span, hours, minutes, days, whatever, and turn it into like the way that you would actually say it to another human. And with that, let's get into a test. So I've already created the 2 basic projects I'll need, like I've done with the other C# projects. Also note, I will be diving out of C# into another language here in the very near future. I just started with C# because I've written so much of it, I figured, heck, why not? I hadn't written any in a while. I would do these first few programming problems in C#. Plus, it's a beautiful, fun language to mess with. All right, so I have human format tests and human time library. I don't even know why I specifically named them what I did. Naming is one of the hardest 3 things, along with the off by 1 error and the other one. But with that, we're going to get right into writing some unit tests here. I don't really need setup, and I don't really need pass, but just to make sure it builds, as always, I like to run it real quick just to get a build. And by running the test, it by proxy builds the actual class library that I'm testing against. So it proves out that both of these things build and the test actually executes successfully with just the assert.pass. But that's useless beyond starting it up and getting to this point. Let's call this, how about human time tests? A little more descriptive of what we're trying to do here. And then let's see, we're going to assert that. Let's see, what did I call the other one? Human time. We're going to call it format since we're trying to format it into a human readable format, right? And then let's do format duration. I have to spell it right. All right. And then that is going to take, what is that going to take? That's going to take a number. We'll just go with a number at first. Maybe I'll turn it into a span later or whatnot. But anyway, we're going to start with a number. So int, it'll be like the amount of time that's passed, right? So with 0, we'll say is dot equal to now. Boom. Okay. That's our first one. So let's get this fleshed out here. Let's get a type. That's going to be a class. And we'll make that static, like most of our stuff, because we don't really need to instantiate anything and build up anything that way for these simple things. So let's hear, what did that say? Pass in an int. Yeah, that'll be, we'll call that span. I'll probably change that to span, but I'm going with int first because it's just going to be easier to go that way at first. So and then string, and then that should build and return an error as such. Cool. Now with that though, I want to take this and I'm going to put it over in our class. Boom, boom, and boom. All right, so now this, no, I want to rename file to that. And this should be, let's call it human time format tests. And then maybe we can rename refactoring. Yeah, okay, and then does it rename file to match thing? Okay, there we go there. And then this, should have the reference, and there we go. Okay, now we can call it, and this should of course break because it still has the throw exception in there. Yep. But now we can go back over to it. Where did it go? There we go. And we'll say return now, which is a very cheap way to do this. Oh yeah, let's fix that. And then go back over here. Yep, that looks hunky-dory, and that should pass. Right? Yep, boom. Okay, passed. Now, that's a very TDD way to do it, where I just passed it with the crappiest implementation of anything. But that is what gets that passing specifically. So we're going to do human time format, though, and we're going to do duration, and then we're going to do more than that. We're going to do 1 second. And this should read as, let's do 1 second. And then we'll do is equal to 1 second, like that. And what's it fussing about? What am I doing wrong here? Oh yeah, Mr. Parens. There we go. Okay, fixed it. All right, let's do that for 1 second. Let's go ahead and add another one for, let's say like 1 minute and 2 seconds. So that would be 62, right? 62. And then let's do just let's do one for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And that'll be 120 seconds, right? Oh, did that automatically make it a span? And oh, because I called it span, derp. I was like, did I do something that I didn't even think I did already? All right, so with that many, we now are breaking again, but we have the criteria to meet the implementation details. All right, so go to the, come on, open up. Oh wait, oops, open up the file. There we go. All right. So now is junk. We know that's junk. So how should we do this? Let's get something in here for the time units. Let's do private read only string array, and we'll call it time units. And let's see here, year, month. Actually, let's go with day, hour. Month is kind of, we might do, months is tricky. Yeah, months is actually tricky. So we're going to go with the things that are definitely finite. So hour, minute, and then second. All right. And then let's do private read only string, or no, int. We do the time unit values. I don't know, it seems good enough. Yeah, it prompts that, but then the new and the braces are not, wait, brackets? Crap, I forget which one's which now. Anyway, it's not needed. It's not needed. I don't know why they do that. But anyway, 365 for a year. Oh, that could get tricky too, because it's not always 3, 6. Why? Well, This is 365, 24, and then you got 60, and then 60, and then 1. Wait 1 second. A minute is 60, and then you got why is it, stop with the thing over the thing. So 1 second, minute is 60, an hour is 60 times 60 minutes, right? Yeah. And then day is 24 hours times 60 times 60. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. It's just what I'm doing. And then 365 by 24 hours each day, and then 60 by 60. And that should do second, minute, hour, day, and year. Okay, yep, that works. So, yeah. I don't know what those actual second numbers are, so I just did the multiplication in space in the array, so that it should work. I don't. I probably kicked myself in the butt for that one. It's gonna mess up. Oh yeah, you can just do the braces, brackets. Darn it, I keep saying that. And what is this fussing about? Make field. Yeah, okay, we can do static. There we go. Okay. Now that we got that, we can do, let's do a gate for this one. If seconds, what did it, I called it span equals 0, then return now. Okay, and then, so parts, segments, var parts equals a new list of parts. I think we should do it that way. String. So it'll be a list of strings for the parts. So we'll have, second, minute, hour, day, year. So again, this is filtering through just like with the Roman numeral thing. Except with Roman numerals, we had, I, IV, X, L, C, blah, 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 M, whatever. With this one, we have second, minute, hour, day, year. Again, we're skipping months for now. Maybe I'll add it later. So with this, then we got 4 and I equals 0. I is less than or equal, less than time. Oops, crap. Time unit. Why can I not type today? Values dot length. Okay, so that's the number of them, and then I plus plus. So that should step us through what we need to step through there to get the thing. Okay. Yep, that should work. Okay, so then let's do count equals seconds divided by time unit values, and I need the place, right? Because we're gonna subtract that. Oh, I keep saying seconds. It's span. I'm thinking in seconds. It is seconds. So let's actually rename this. Just refactor it. Refactor, rename, seconds. There we go. Okay, and let's go back over to. Well, wait. I'm in. I don't need to go do the other thing. So, okay, so that makes more sense now. Doing a little bit better in our naming. So let's do if count then is greater than 0. We're going to put it together. Parts.add format part. Time units, and then let's see. Yeah, we're gonna format it. Let's see here. How would that work? So I'm just trying to think of how to format it through. So the count time units. So it'll say the thing. And then do we want to, I guess we could pluralize it. So if like greater than 1, we'll pluralize it with s. Anyway, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we just want to call it and get it formatted there. And then we're going to do seconds. Where's the mod thingy? Mod equals time unit values I to get the remainders and stuff. And then yeah, let's go down here. Why is this erroring out? Oh yeah, because I don't have the final return. Let's create this method. There we go. Okay, now, oh, it made it a private automatically for me. Oh, whatever, that's what I'm doing. So I want to do, let's use the formatter. So $, and then in that we want to do, we're gonna do the count, and then the unit, right? Whatever the time unit is. So that'd be like seconds or minutes or whatnot. Time unit. And then we want to do that s thingy. So to do that, we'll need to do like a little inline function in the string parser thing here, which would be if the count is greater than 1, we want to, is it question mark? Add an S, or not do that. The default is to not do that, or whatever. I think that's the right syntax. Oh, I hate it sometimes. Like I sort of remember this stuff, but I sort of don't. Okay, that's hunky-dory magic sauce. And this, oh yeah, forgetting I already did that. So okay, I think that's right. That should format and give us a little s, so it should make it nice and neat, more human readable. So and then after all this stuff, let's return the combine parts of the parts here, and let's make another little method out of that. And then how would that look? That'll look like return parts. If it was only that simple. But let's see, parts. We want to do parts if greater than 1, we want to like go through them. But I want to write a nice little parts thing. So if we, let's see here. So parts count is greater than 1. Question marky. Let's put it, come down here. Whoops. No, what's happening? Come down here. There we go. Okay. And then string dot join with a thing, with comma, derp with a thing. When I'm thinking multi-track like this, I often say like the wrong thing based on what I'm doing versus what I'm thinking. But that's what I get for recording this stuff live and then not wanting to edit it after the fact. So it's usually, these things are usually done in one fell swoop. So bear with me. All right, so string that join. I want commas in there, and then I want the part added. So there should be one already. So if there's more than one part, then it's going to do this thing. Else it's going to go with like the first or default, blah, blah, blah. So right here would then be the next parts. And then what you do is take parts dot count -1, and then we'll do and parts dot last or default. We're gonna do last. I don't really remember what last or default does. I feel like that might give us safety if we went that way though. But parts dot, well, we don't need that because we actually gate it with, is it greater than 1? If it's greater than 1, then we would have this. Parts Meanwhile, is the first. What? Oh. Ooh, how did I do that? First. Or. Oh, first one. Do I even need. Returns the first element of the sequence? Returns the first element of the sequence. Or default value at the. What would be the default if I. Like, you don't ever get to the default here, right? Yeah, I don't think you would. If there's just one, you're going to return the first. That's that. What would be the default in a scenario like this? Whatever. I guess. Yeah. What is it fussing about now? Something. Is that gonna make it cleaner? Yeah, it made it cleaner, and it doesn't flip out. So you're just gonna get the result. You're gonna get a result, and 0 should gate it from ever occurring where it would need the default. So that's an important note, right? So this would prevent it from ever having anything 0 or less than 0. It'd always be like 1 through whatever the int is, the seconds. So with that, I think that's going to get us our test pass. So let's take a look. What do we have? We have now 1 second, 1 minute, and 2 seconds, 2 minutes. Let's run it, and we should get green. 1 minute, 2 seconds. Oh, 2 minutes? 2 seconds. So I didn't even write my test right. 1 second, 1 minute, and 2 seconds, 2 minutes. Yeah, because we got it with the pluralization. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's write some more tests. I'm going to use the magic of video and add these tests. And so I've added all these tests, and basically I went and did the maths on this, and that was just super boring, so I didn't want to go through and do the maths in front of you. But now I have an example: 182 days, 4 years, 6 years, etc. 1 hour, 1 minute, 2 seconds, and etc. etc. This does the comma, and this does and. I do need to think about my comma usage in this particular scenario because I am kind of a stalwart about comma usage. But so far, this is beautifully all green, like so. I feel like I could break this out to individual tests and actually state in the test name. But whatever, I put it all in one thing, which is not the best way to really do like TDD, BDD, whatever. But I'm not really doing TDD, BDD. I'm writing code and just implementing at the moment to show you how I've done this. So with that, I've implemented a basic little thing. And it's fairly clean as it is. But let's go through and let's see if I can get a refactor out of this thing. Use var, so that 0 is continue, and then do this. Yep, okay. And then what is this saying? Okay, nothing. It's saying nothing. And this is saying what? Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. So let's see here, and then let's do the math here, huh? Do this. And calculator. Come on, calculator. Here we go. Boom. Can I just paste this in? Oh, is that right? 315, 31, 530. No, wait. 315, 3. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, 31, 536. 31,536,000 seconds. Let's do this. Let's do it the other way too. 365 plus, not plus, multiply 24 times 60 times 60. That, oh, I hit the wrong thing. Let's try it again. Clear, clear, clear. So 365 times 24 times 60 times 60. Yeah, that's it. Okay, 31,536,000. Can I copy that? I don't know. Anyway. $31,536,183. All right, 31. Okay, large type. No, I just want to. It's kind of weird that you can't copy that out. 31, 536,000. Okay, and then 24. $86,400, $86,400, and then what's that? 12,000. Oh, 30. Wow, that was really bad math, dude. All right, so that's does that. Let me run these tests again just to make sure I didn't just math it wrong. Yep, that looks all good. What else can I do here? What else? I feel like this could just be cleaned up by some statement of a sort. Parts is done there, and then return. That's about as these two things are about as clean as can be. They could almost just be in line. I just kind of bopped them out because I bopped them out over there. But like, let's see here. Combine parts is right here. I could just say. Could just do this. It doesn't really need to be its own little method. Yeah, just put that in line. And what about this format? I only do it at the one spot. So I could literally do whoop, boom, and then take, oh wait, okay, hold on. Time units. Well, let me do this. I'm gonna do this, and then we'll do count, and then time units, like that, and that should give it to us. And then we can just do this inline, since we know how it works. Whoops. Don't need a semicolon there. And there, that's inline, and we can erase that code. So I don't know, is that better or worse? Seems like a decent little refactor. Especially for one that's just off the top of my head. Anyway, with that, we have implemented this puppy, and she's a barking. We got the year, day, hour, minute, second split out. We got tests written for it, and we are successful in humanizing a time span. So that is pretty cool. Now one of the things I wanted to do is to basically do this. Let's see, public static string format duration time span, like this, and I'm going to do return format. Yeah, format duration, and we're going to pass in seconds dot seconds, like that. Yeah, look at that. See how easily this was done? Yeah. So let's go over to tests, and we'll just do this whole kit and caboodle. And let's see here. Can I do? Let's see, time span, whoops, span equals new time span, whoops, time span. Just call it that. Okay, and then time span dot seconds. Can I just assign it? 0. No. Oh, maybe I can do this. No parameters, end days, ticks. Oh, wow, you can put it in like that. Okay, so that's real. Wait. Seconds, minutes, hours, microseconds, da 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 da. Can you just put in seconds? Oh, maybe you can like this. Well, anyway, you know what we're going to do? With that, I'm going to call it a day on that one. and we will bounce directly to the video with the AI bits, which are located up there. So click on the link and we will delve into a refactor of this code using AI to also implement the reverse. Okay, so we'll try to implement the reverse and we'll add the tests for time span inclusive of the seconds. So we'll then be able to take int and time span. So we'll get the tests in there to confirm the time span one, but we'll also do the reverse and then apply tests to that too, which would mean reversing all of these tests. And maybe do a little bit of other refactoring with AI just to see what it can do. Again, as with the other videos, I'm not sure which AI tool I'll use yet, but we will find out shortly. So click on the link up above when it pops up and you will go directly to the AI video. With that, happy thrashing code, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.